Hey there, Titans! Welcome back to another Titan Academy video. Today, I will show you how you can use the custom API node in TitanFlow to invoke a REST API and use the REST API response to do whatever you want. In our example, I will be calling a weather API over here, and I will be returning the result to a web project. So over in my web project, I will be typing in the name of the city, calling the flow, and then receiving the weather result over here in this box. So back over to TitanFlow, where I will add one variable, and our variable is going to be the API result variable. And over here, I can add a node of custom API. For our URL, I'm just going to copy this over here, and the endpoint we want is current weather. So I'm going to add current.json after the URL. So let's do that. Now I have to add two parameters in this API. The parameters are Q, just a moment, there it is, Q for the query, and our API key. So we'll put here key and Q. So for the key, I'll paste my API key over here. And actually, I do want a variable in my project here, which I forgot to add. So just 1 second. This is going to be our input city. So back over here for Q, I'm going to map the input city. Then I don't need to send any headers in this case. Then over here, we can choose to store the plain result in its entirety in JSON into any variable. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to store only a part of the result. If I open a JSON viewer here, this is how we get the result. You can see we get location and current, and I would just want the current branch of this result. So I will type here current, and for mapping, I'm going to place our API result. Finally, I can use the finish node to finish this up and return API result. And if we save and publish our flow, I can head over to my web project where I can configure this. So over under flow, we can head here and we can run the flow node, select our project, and for input parameters, we want the input city, which is going to be our city field. And for output, I have a parameter here on my page, which will place the value in the text box there. I want the result to map that. And that's that. So now we can save and preview. So we can type London into the city box, call our flow, and you can see on the result here, we get temp C 0. Pretty cold. And that's how it's done.